Okay, let us see the NVL function, null value function. Okay, so there is an extension. So on the other day, we were discussing about the between operator, and this between operator is used to get all the values in a specific range. Okay, so you will ensure that the range is starting from the low value and ending at the high value. So when you are using the between operator, you're also supposed to use the AND operator. So this between operator will not go standalone, it will be going along with the AND operator. So both needs to be used together, so that this AND operator will ensure that the left hand side is lower value, right hand side is higher value, right? And also there are some rules that you need to follow when you use between operator. The first rule is the source value and the it returns values including the source and the destination values. When you want to find a range between find some values that is falling between 10 to 20, 10 the source value 10 and the destination value 20 will also be included, right? And you cannot do the opposite, which means you cannot use the between operator to find the values between high and the low, which is not correct. It should be low and the high value. The third one is you should go along with AND operator, right? So whenever you are using between operator, you are also supposed to use the AND operator. And there is something like the not between operator, which is going to, it is just like an inverse of between operator, right? It is the inverse of between operator. And after that, we have also discussed about is null operator. So is null operator is a special operator where it is going to help you to retrieve the null values, retrieve all the rows of null values. For example, if you have x equal to 10, so this variable x has a value here, but if you do not define any value, that will be treated as null. To fetch all the records of a particular column whose value is null, right? Then you will be using what is null operator. So this is the syntax, right? And sometimes so we have discussed about what is null. It is an absence of value or undefined value sometimes, or unknown value you can say, or an empty value you can say. So this is how it can be defined. And the 0 is not called as a null, and the space is also not called as a null. For example, we have seen few examples on the null, right? To retrieve, but and again you cannot perform any arithmetic operation on the null value. So whatever operation you perform, if it is arithmetic, for example, if you are performing the addition operation on the null operator, right, the resultant value is going to be null itself. So this is the example. This is another example with the minus operator, another example with the multiplication operator, and you have division operator. The resultant value is going to be null. To overcome this, okay, so since we are getting the resultant value as a null, to overcome this, we have a function called the Oracle SQL has introduced a function called a null value function, NVL function, right? NVL stands for null value. It is one of the predefined functions, and we have seen about the two arguments null value function, which means a null value that is going to accept two arguments. So it accepts expression 1 and expression 2, right? When the expression 1 is found to be null, okay, it returns what? It returns expression 2. When the expression 1 is not null, it returns the expression 1 itself, right? So these are the examples. So expression 2 will be considered here. Here expression 1 will be considered because expression 1 is not, right? And we have seen some examples on top of this, right? So today we are going to see the extension of NVL function. Extension of NVL function. NVL function. There is another NVL function which is called as what? Which is going to accept 3 arguments. There is an NVL function which accepts 3 arguments. 3 arguments means it accepts expression 1, it accepts expression 2, it accepts expression 3. Right? It has 3 arguments. I can say that an NVL function, okay, which accepts 3 arguments. Called as NVL function, NVL extension of the NVL function. Okay, so it is going to accept 3 arguments. So I mean expression 1 as the first argument, expression 2 as the second argument, expression 3 as the third argument. The only difference between NVL function which is accepting 2 arguments and the NVL function which is accepting the arguments is, right? So here you can perform a little bit complex operation. So when I say little bit complex operation, for example, in a table, you can find the commission of an employee as null, right? There are chances that not only commission, there are chances that a particular column values, okay, particular values of a column can be null. So when you encounter this kind of situation, so you need to perform a mathematical operation on this. What kind of mathematical operation? For example, if the commission is null, if commission is null, right? So you need to replace this null with a particular value. You need to replace this null with a particular value. The value can be any number. For example, I want to include the commission 400 rupees for all the employees whose commission is already null. If the commission is already null, I want to ensure that they are getting at least 400 rupees. If not, if commission is not null, okay, I want to do what I want to do. I want to add the 400 rupees to the existing commission. For example, some employee, let us say one of the employees getting commission in the amount of 1500. It is a not null value. For them, I want to add another 400. The commission is null, I want to replace the null with 400. The commission is not null, I want to add 400 to the existing commission. So this is one of the complex situation where when you encounter a kind of situation like this, you will be using the NVL extension of NVL function, which is accepting 3 arguments. So how we are going to use that, we are going to see now, right? What I can say, if expression 1 is null, it returns expression. Okay. If expression 1 is not null, it returns expression 2. So I want to, for example, let us say that I have a kind of NVL function. Okay, I say the expression 1 is null and expression 2 is something like I'm placing some value like for example, let me take 400, and the expression 3 is what? Expression 3 is also 400. So let me take 100 here, 400. Okay, now we are good enough to identify the expression 1 is null. If the expression 1 is null, when this condition, when this NVL function is getting executed, when the expression 1 is null, okay, it will return what? It will return the expression 3. Okay, the output is going to be what? The output is going to be 400, right? And the expression 1 is not null. So when the expression 1 is not null, it returns what? NVL. Okay, let me take 100 in the place of expression 1, 200 in the expression 2, 300 in the expression. Now in this case, the expression 1 is not a null value, right? So in this case, it is going to return what? It is going to return expression 2. Expression 2 will be written, which is what? 200. When expression 1 is null, it returns expression 3. When the expression 1 is not null, then it returns expression 2 value. So let me go to the SQL Class and show this for you. MyDB, let us connect to our database. MyDB 7 AM. MyDB 7 AM. The connection has been established. Let us try to execute these NVL functions by using the dual table. So select NVL2. Okay. So I am using and I am taking the null value in the expression 100, 200. Okay, from dual. Okay, now what it is returning? So since expression 1 is null, it has to return expression 3. 200 is getting returned. Okay, again, if I am doing what? If I am taking the expression 1 is not a null value. For example, if I am taking the expression 1 is 1. Okay, now it should return 100. It should return what? 100, because it is not null, so expression 2 will be written. When the expression 1 is null, expression 3 will be written. So this is the behavior. Don't worry about this dual table. We are going to discuss this. This is typically used for the testing purpose. This is a kind of a supporting table where we will be using in joins in the future topics like joins, merge queries and all. Okay, for now, that's just think it like, okay, the table dual is what? A kind of supporting table to test some functions. Okay, this is the example. Okay, so this is the syntax. So we understood what is NVL function too. So having understood, okay, having said that, let us try to execute a small query. So write a query to update all employee commissions in a table following the below conditions. Okay, the first condition is what? If the employee condition is null, in the commission column, if the employee commission is null, then we have to update it with 400. Then we have to update it with, let us say, 500. If the employee commission is not null, if the employee commission is not null, okay, then we have to update it with the commission, with the existing commission plus 500. With the existing commission plus 500. But we will try to implement this. So let us select our employee table. So before selecting the employee table, let me set the page size to 100, set lines to 150. Okay. Clear screen, select star from EMP. So we have an employee table. So our table has some commissions here already, because last time we have committed, right? So let me create a new table here. Create table EMP. I'm creating a table like EMP5. So in this table, I am going to have only a kind of 3 columns. EMP number, okay, which is of integer type, employee name, which is of varchar2 type, okay, and the third column is what? EMP number, employee name, and we will have something like the let me take commission only directly, okay, commission column, which is of what? Which is of number type. But I'm trying to create a table which is going to have, the name of the table is employee 5, and it is going to have 3 columns. And these 3 columns, if you look at this first column, these 3 columns has the respective data types like integer data type, varchar2 data type, and we also have something like the number data type. So based upon this, we'll try to understand how this commission is going to work. Okay, let me create this. The table created. Let me insert values quickly. Insert values. Comma 101 comma Suresh comma commission is what? Okay, now you see I have 5 employees. Okay, I have 5 employees. Okay, now Vignesh has commission 0 and Rajesh has commission 0. So I want to use an NVL function here. So when I use an NVL function, I want to update the commission. When the commission is null, I want to update it with the default value. When the commission is not null, I want to add that with the add that with the some specific value. How I can do that? So I will be using what? Update emp5. Update the table name employee 5. Okay, and set commission. I want to set commission by using which function? By using what? By using NVL2 function. Right? So commission, first column is commission, comma. If the commission is not null, okay, the commission plus salary, existing commission plus salary, means not salary, existing commission plus 500 default value. Our query says if the commission is not null, then we have to update with the existing commission plus 500 value 500. Right? If the commission is null, okay, just add it with 500. Okay, 5 rows updated. Now if you select star from employee 5, you would see for the employees whose commission was null already, you are able to give 500 rupees. If not, the 500 rupees is getting added along with the existing commission. This is the typical example. Let me place it here. Okay, so this is all about NVL function, and you can not only this, you can perform you can use the minus operator, you can use the multiplication operator or division operator, right? When you encounter this kind of situations, when you want to do the possible arithmetic operations, and you should take it that there are high chances that you will encounter the null values. So to to overcome that, you can go for NVL function, or NVL function that accepts 3 arguments or 2 arguments depending upon the situation. Okay, the next operator is which we will be using it very often in the real-time industry is the like operator. Like operator. So most of the time when you're working as a backend developer or database developer, okay, you have to use this like operator. So many times we will be using this like operator. So it is just like it's just like fetching a data from a table by using the character wise pattern. It is used, I can say that it is used to fetch the data from the table by using the character pattern. Let us say that at I have a typical case where I have some employees. Let us say that I have employees like Suresh, okay, and Ramesh, so Vignesh, Sai, okay, and I have Sam, okay, and I have what? Let us say Sudhir also. Okay, I have some list of employees, and if you see, I have 6 employees. Right? I want to find the employees whose name is starting with S. I have a requirement. I want to find the names of the employee whose name is starting with S. Whose name is starting with what? Starting with S. So I need to give such a command so that in my output I would see Suresh, I would see Sai, Sam, and Sudhir. Right? To achieve this, I cannot just use the statement like, okay, select star from employee table, okay, where employee name, okay, like yes. But try to use this, if I try to execute this query, okay, we would be thinking that okay, all the names that is starting with the S character will be fetched and displayed in the console. So that is not the case here. So you are using the like operator here, okay, and you are placing the character yes. So it doesn't, the Oracle SQL will not recognize this. Will not recognize what we are trying to expect. Okay, the what we call the communication between the developer and the Oracle is not clear here. Okay, so we understand one thing here. You are trying to fetch the record of names whose first character is what, whose first character is yes. So you need to do what? You need to explain the Oracle database in such a way that it is recognizing. Say, for example, when I say Suresh or when I say Ramesh, if you talk about the first character, right, and this is how it is going to be. You just separate each and every name with the first character. This is how it is going to be, isn't it? This is how it is going to be, right? So you need to ensure that your database recognizing the first character. Okay, yes, recognized, or not recognized, B not recognized, yes recognized, recognized. The output has to be what? Output has to be the Suresh, Okay, Sai, Sam, and Sudhi. So what do you want to do now? Okay, you need to use a like operator so that you are clearly saying you are clearly communicating with Oracle database that you want to retrieve these records of what? Records of employee names that is starting with the character S. Right? To achieve this, again there is some other thing called the wildcard operators. Okay? So please be informed that whenever you use the like operator, you are also supposed to use the wildcard operators. So what is this wildcard operators? So there are again the wildcard operators are two types. Okay, one is what? One is the percentile symbol. Okay, and the second one is, and you have something like the underscore symbol. Okay, so this percentage symbol. Okay, this is one of the wildcard operators which is representing. It represents the remaining group of characters. Remaining group of characters. Okay, and what is an underscore operator, underscore character, and underscore wildcard operator? It is going to do what? It is going to count the single character in an expression. It counts the single character in a expression. Right? So you have two wildcard operators. One is percentage symbol, second one is. So now look at this. It represents the remaining group of characters. So what you want to do? You want to find a person whose name is starting with S. It has to start with S, right? And you do not want to you don't worry about the remaining characters. You worry about only the first character. You worry about the first character. So you place yes. Since you don't worry about the remaining characters, you place what? You place the percentile symbol. It means now Oracle database will understand that okay, this person is trying to fetch all the records of an employee whose name is starting with yes. Okay, and the remaining characters are what? He is not worried about the remaining characters. So that's why the percentage symbol has been placed. Right, now if you apply the percentage symbol, it is just like okay, you are using the s here, okay, and you are using the percentile here. Percentile means you are least bothered about the remaining characters. Right, now how I can define the query in a much concise way? Now select star from employee where employee name is like okay, it should start the first character should be yes, and the remaining character you are least bothered about the remaining character percentage. Okay, now all the employees will be listed out whose name is starting with this. This is the complete query. This is the what? Concise query. So this query will be recognized by Oracle database now. Right? So let us execute this. So now let us go for the employee table itself. So you'll use this only. Okay, now I want to list out all the employees whose name is starting with what? Starting with yes. Okay, we will consider okay, J. Employees whose name is starting with J. Okay, select star from employee where employee name like Okay, if I just give J here, if I just give J here, okay, the Oracle database will never recognize this command. Okay, it is not communicating to us exactly what we require. It says no row selected. It's not identifying this. So we need to be very specific how the specification has to be given. So the first character should be J, okay, and you are least to bother about the remaining character. So you will be using a while record operator here, which is what? Which is percentile. Okay, now if you fetch, if you execute this, you will get all the employees whose name is starting with. You're getting this? Okay, likewise, you can do several operations. You can do several operations. For example, now I want to fetch all the employee records whose name is ending with H now. Okay, when you see that, for example, if you have the names like Suresh, you have the names like Ramesh, you have the names like Vignesh. I want to list out all the employees whose name is ending with let us say Jane. Let's take chat. Okay, how the like operator can be used here? You can use like operator like where like. Okay, so the name is ending with H. So you are just worried about the last character, isn't it? You are just worried about the last character. Okay. Since you are worried about the last character, the first the before that last characters, what are the characters that you have? You are least bothered about that. So where like is percentile. All the first set of characters, you are not worried. So you are using percentile. Last character you want, right? So last character is what? H here. Right, so since you are least bothered about these first characters, least bothered about these first characters, last character is H. So all the employee records whose name is ending with H will be displayed, right? So this is the example. Okay, now let us take the other table. Select star from EMP5. Okay, I want to fetch all the records whose name is ending with H. So this is when you try to fetch the records, I think it is also a case sensitive here. Let's say select star from employee 5 what is it, where we want to do what, where employee name like, okay, percentile H. Okay, now you see Suresh, Vignesh and Rajesh. Why this Ramesh is not considered? Because you want to find the employee whose name is ending with lowercase h. So this Ramesh is higher uppercase h. That's why. Okay, whenever you're trying to store data in the database, you always ensure that all the names are getting stored in the lowercase. The first character is going to be uppercase. The remaining characters are going to be lowercase. So you will do what? You will do this kind of checkings before storing the data. Right. So this is the next example. Okay. Now we have understood that what is. Tell me.
So what if some persons have like two names like Sai Krishna, Sai Mohan?
Their names will also be displayed. But there is another thing that you can do. You can also use the you can also use the combination of two like operators along with the or operator or and operator. You will see that complex query, complex like query.
Okay.
You will see that. Okay. Now the next thing is I want to display all the employee records whose names are something like, for example, there are high chances that in my database, if you see my database, the employee table, you have some employees with 4 characters, you have some employees with 3 characters, you have some employees with 5 characters, right? But I want to print all the employee records. For example, I have employees like Jane, I have employees like Mike, I have employees like Sarah, right? I have employees like Suresh, Ramesh, like that. These are the list of my employee names. I want to fetch the employees whose names are within just whose names are just 4 characters. Jane is 4 characters. Mike is what? Collection of 4 characters. Sarah is collection of 4 characters. I want to display those information. To display that, I will be using another wildcard operator, which is called what? Underscore. Okay, how I can use that? I will be just using what? Select star from employee by where employee name like. Okay. You will be just using the underscore once, underscore second time, okay, underscore third time, underscore fourth time. So this 4 underscore is representing only 4 characters. Now all the employees who has only 4 characters will be what will be given to us? Jay, Mike, and Sarah. Right, and ensure that there are no space here. I have kept I have intentionally kept some spaces for the better observation, but there should not be any spaces. Okay, 4 underscores is going to get fetch the employees records whose names are with 4 characters. Right, let us see, let us execute that. Select star from employee. So this is our employee tables. I want to fetch records of employees whose name is with 4 characters. Okay, select star from employees, employee name, sorry, employee where employee name like, okay, 4 underscore 1 2 3 4. Okay, you get John, you get Jake, you get Mike, you get Sarah. Is making sense? Right, now I want to find all the employees whose second character is what, whose second character is O. I am least bothered about the first character, but I want employees whose second character is O. How I can do that? I can just combine these wildcard operators. First character, I want exactly the first character. Also, I want to find the second character. It has to be what? It has to be O. And I am least bothered about the remaining characters, so I am using percentile. Let's see what we will get. We are getting John. So we will be able to retrieve the records of the particular employee whose second character is what, whose second character is O. Right? So see, now we are getting this, right? I want to retrieve data whose third character is R. Okay, I will be using 2 underscores. I want basically I want the first 2 characters, and the third character has to be what? R. I am least bothered about the remaining characters. Right? You have Sarah and you have Chris. It's combination of 2 wildcard operators. Combination of what? Combination of 2 wildcard operators. Percentile as well as what? Underscore. What else you can do? You can also use, apart from characters, you can also use the numbers also. You can also check the hire date also. Let us take another column name, which is what? Which is the hire date. Okay, we want to apply the like operator on the hire date. For example, you know the date format in the Oracle SQL, which is what? The day followed by month followed by year. Sometimes y and this y or this y. Okay, now I want to use a like operator who was joined in the year 2020. If you see the employee records, there are some employees. Select star from EMP. Okay, there are some employees who was joined in the year 2020. and some employees joined in 2019, right? And some employees on 2020. I want to find exactly employees who has joined in the year 2020. How I can draft the like query here? Okay, very simple. I will be using where column name is what, hire date, like I just want to find the year, right? So percentile, I do not want to find the day, month, but I want to find the year. So percentile 20. And if I just want to find the exact month, okay, hire date, like, okay, percentile, month name, you can give any month name, May, and that's it. Right? But I want to find the employees who were joined in the month of May as well as in the month of December. I mean May or December. Fetch the records of employees who were joined in May or December. So I will be using OR operator, okay? And I can use another like here, December. Now I will be able to see all the employees who were joined in the month of May or December. I do not want to see the employees who did not join in the month of May. May means you can use this. I do not want to see the employees who joined in the month of May. So I can use the inverse of like operator, which is what, the not operator. Right? So let us execute all this. What is the first query? Select star from employee where hire date like percentile 200. So all the employees who has joined in the year 2020 will be displayed. I want to list out all the employees who has joined in the particular month, a specific month. Let's say that the name of the month is what? Name of the month is May. Okay. I see all the employees who have joined the month of May. Right now, I want to see the employees who was joined in the either in the month of May or in the month of, why I am using or here? See, because you are dealing with the same column. I have already told you, whenever you want to use a logical operator, and you want to fetch the records that is falling in the same column, right? In this case higher date, same column, you are trying to track the record in the same column, right? If that is the case, you are supposed to use what? You are supposed to use use the or operator, or percentage. Let me say it as January percentage. What is it? Anything I'm doing wrong? Okay, higher date. Okay, you see all the employees. Okay, you can use the where clause only once. Okay, when you want to perform the logical operations, you need to mention the column name and the column name twice between the logical operators. Okay, the where clause can be mentioned only once. Now if you want to do the inverse, okay, I want to do the inverse of like operator. Okay, I want to see all the employees who did not join in the month of May. I will be using an or not like operator. Now I will be getting the opposite. Okay, except May, all the employee records will be displayed. Let me include only this example. Now next thing we have what? We have something like operator with special operator. Now Balaji, you can use the same combination, okay? or combination. If you have any duplicate names with different last names, try to use that with the same combinations. You will get this. Add some duplicate records, try to use with the same combinations. Try to use the OR operator. Try to design your own pattern. You will be getting this. Similar to this. Okay. Now you have what? Like with the like operator with special characters. When I say special characters, you can have a name. Okay, for example, the name is Sarah. Let's say that this is the typically the name with the full numeric, character type, completely character type, string type. I can also have something named like Sarah underscore Johnson, alphanumeric data, right? And something like let us say that Balaji. Okay, the data can be like Balaji underscore Bala, alphanumeric. You have underscore here. Okay. Sometimes you have a data like Suresh. The data is going to be like Suresh, but Suresh percentile I. Okay, Ramesh. Okay, Ramesh. Raju. So they give some pseudonyms whenever they are developing the emails. The email name will be along with their pseudonym or along with their pet name, right? Or along with their lover name. Some emails will be like the combination of the numeric and the alphanumeric characters. You include symbol. If you want to perform the like operation to retrieve the data which has a particular character, which has a special symbol, right? Let me create a new table for this. Create table name is going to be employee 6, okay, which is going to have only two fields. Okay, one is what? Employee number of integer type. Second one is what? Employee name of var char 2 type. Okay, table created. Let us insert data quickly. Insert into employee 6 values 101 Suresh underscore h, okay, 102 comma Ramesh underscore h 103 comma Vignesh percentile h 104 comma Mukesh underscore s, something like this. This is not making any sense, but to understand our example, we will use this one. If I extract all the data, select all from employee 6. Okay, now you get this information. You get this information. Now I want to find all the employees' names whose which has what the @ symbol. Right? How I can do? Select star from EMP, where employee name is like, okay, so you just want to find the employee which has what, which has @ symbol. Okay. I am least bothered about the first characters, least bothered about the last characters. I just want to find the list of employees, which whether it has what, it has alternate symbol or not. Okay, you have Suresh. Right? I want to find all list of employees which has what, which has this symbol. Yeah, Ramesh. But when I do the same thing for the weakness, which has the percentage symbol itself, which has what, which has the percentage symbol here, right? So it is not accepting. Okay, the communication is not clear. It is displaying what, it is displaying all the data. Okay. Why it is displaying all the data? Because percentile is what? Percentile is one of the wildcard operator. Percentile is one of the wildcard operators. So this query is like, of focus. You are, if you are using remaining characters, there are no issues. But if you want to extract a particular record of an employee name, and which has what, which has another wildcard character, like this also another wildcard character, right? How we can do that? You cannot contain this particular character along with the wildcard character, because this is also wildcard operator. So this will not be recognized like this. Okay, you cannot communicate to the Oracle database just like that. It will be giving us what, invalid details, giving us what, the output is going to be what, the invalid one. See the output. The output is not what we are expecting, isn't it?
The screen is off, sir.
Now is it visible now? Hello. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir, visible.
Okay. See, now you want to fetch this record of Vignesh, which has the percentile character. I cannot use the percentile character because this is also one of the wildcard characters, right? So instead of doing this, I should use something like what? I should use something like the escape, escape, escape character. When I say escape, right? So generally, what happens? The Oracle database server. Let me explain this for you. When you are dealing with the special symbols, you need to take very much care with the wildcard characters. Generally, DB will treat PHP informed that generally database will read, okay, underscore or percentile symbols wildcard operators. Okay. Since it is treating as the wildcard operators, so it will be not treated as what, the special characters. Special characters like ampersand, dollar, like we have something like, will not treat this like special characters. To overcome this problem, we use something like a predefined keyword called as what, the escape keyword. In order to overcome the above problem, we will be using the predefined keyword is called escape. 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 So how do we use this escape? For example, when you're representing a special character, which is a percentile itself. So where employee name like percentile. Okay, you also want to include the percentile. Okay, you also want to include the percentile. If you have this kind of situation, okay, this query will not work. Okay, this thing will not work. What you will be doing, we'll be using the same, you will writing the same thing in another way by using the escape keyword, like percentile. Okay, you will be using what? You will be using a backward slash. Backward slash. You want to include the special character that you want to find. You will just add the backward slash before that. I will add the backward slash before that, right? Okay, you will just making a small change, guys. You have the special character, you will just add the backward slash, because this special character is also called as what? It is also called as a wildcard operator. This wildcard operator will not be recognized, right? It is already making a it's already helping us to find the different character sets, so this will not help us out to get the required output. So you will be using the backslash operator here. Before that, you will be just adding the backslash operator. Okay, followed by, you will be using what? You will be using the escape keyword. Okay, this escape keyword has to be used just like that. And this escape keyword, you are saying what? Please don't consider the character that is after backward slash. That's it. You are saying that you are escaping it. You are using the escape keyword by saying that please don't consider a character that is after backward slash as wildcard operator. This backward slash, this thing will not be considered as what the wildcard operator here. It will be treated as another character now, because you're using the escape in the form of backward slash, and you are saying it very clearly that do not consider the operator that is after the backward slash, right? Which means this operator is not going to be treated as what? The wildcard operator. This will be treated as another character, right? Having said this, let us implement this now. Percentile, backward slash percentile. Okay, percentile, escape, backward slash within single quotes. Now you are able to see the Vignesh record. You want to do the same thing for the Mukesh also. Okay, you are using this Mukesh as another wildcard operator. Okay, it has a special symbol, but that symbol is getting treated as wildcard operator. So instead of percentile, you use what? You use that wildcard operator. Okay, now this wildcard operator will not be treated as the special character anymore. I mean, will be treated as a special character. This wildcard operator will not be treated as wildcard operator. It will be treated as a special character. So now you will be able to retrieve this data as well. Right? So this is one of the things that you need to look into. The only difference is you can retrieve all the special symbols, but when it comes to this percentile and the wildcard, okay, you will have to use what? You will have to use the escape keyword. So this is the syntax to use the escape keyword. Okay, when you use this, you will get what? You get incorrect data. You get incorrect. It is not like you're not getting any response. You will get a response, but the response is what? The response is completely incorrect, which is not what you are expecting. Right? The response is incorrect. Do some practice, do all the kind of combinations, you will understand this. By this, I can conclude that all the general operators are completed.